My West Hollywood story is exploring the iconic boulevards, endless shopping, and beautiful galleries. Inspiration is endless in West Hollywood. The neighborhood tells stories of established and emerging artists. You will find fashion and styles from all over the world here. A California sunset is the perfect way to end our day. We will take VIP tickets to this show every night. Our vacation is just getting started. This is our West Hollywood story. Come and find yours.
LA Galaxy belongs on the best surfaces. Whether you're the best player or the best fan, every goal, every tackle, every last-second battle, it all requires precision, performance, and passion. The LA Galaxy trust AstroTurf to provide the best surfaces, because champions deserve the best. AstroTurf, the official synthetic turf and hybrid field building partner of the LA Galaxy.
My dad was a farmer. And when I saw him on a horse, the guy was bigger than life. One of the things that he had a hard time doing was showing the emotion. Maybe it was because the way he was raised, or believing that men provide and they don't struggle. But we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. I want them to know when I'm happy, I want them to know when I'm sad, and I want them to see me working through things. The biggest reward I get from being a dad is watching my kids accomplish a goal, watching them light up. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face. So I make my kids a priority. Whether it's hitting a baseball, a dance rehearsal, you name it, I'm there. They're gonna remember that they grew up loved. Be brave. Be there every day. And allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle. That even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're gonna figure it out together.
Firearms are the #1 cause of death among kids, but we know that healthcare workers can make a huge difference. This is why prevention is absolutely critical. It starts with listening to the community, leaning in on those conversations to better inform what is the approach that you want to take. You are the champions for change. You can be the catalyst for integrating firearm injury prevention strategies into your practice and really benefiting your community. Let's agree to agree that we all have a role to play in ending this crisis.
In Major League Baseball, you could dream with no limits. You could become your hero.
Oh, he's done it again.
Steal the show. Or even start a new club.
The 40-70 season.
You can meet the moment and exceed the hype. You can write a new chapter of history and let your city dream again. This season, anything can happen.
Need a break? A break from the grind? The stress? We have just the place. A place where you can let your inner thrill-billy out. Bristol Motor Speedway, April 10th through the 12th for the NASCAR Food City 500 Triple Header Weekend. 3 days, 3 races, 2 night races, 1 epic weekend. Don't just take a break, race to it. Get your tickets, upgrades, and more now at BristolMotorspeedway.com. It's not just a race.
It's Bristol, baby.
Bays Mountain Park Adventure Course. Gear up and climb the Hawk's Nest. Work together as a team to complete 4 high ropes challenges, all while suspended 40 feet in the air. Finish with a zip through the canopies on our 310-foot zip line. Our ground course features 9 exciting challenges and is perfect for large and small groups. The Bays Mountain Park Adventure Course. Thrilling fun for group events, parties, and field trips.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century. Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.
Welcome to East Tennessee and the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center. A look outside as we welcome you inside and to the floor in Ballroom B for what promises to be a thrilling battle between these two basketball programs. Today we bring you a good one between two teams that desperately need the victory. Milligan looking to repeat as conference champions. On the other side, Reinhardt's Eagles looking to punch their ticket after making it to this game time and time again and unable to get the win. I'm Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, Frank Osborne here alongside me. We'll whip you now for a look at the stats and compare these two teams side by side. Milligan finishes with 22 wins, 7 losses, 9 in a row. Reinhardt, 24 wins this season, guys.
Absolutely, and it's felt like these two teams were on a collision course all season long. Reinhardt and Milligan, both of them jostling for position atop the AAC. I mean, you had to feel like it was going to come down to these two squads.
Yeah, absolutely. The women's league was much closer than the men's. It was only a matter of 1 or 2 wins separating first from third. And just very excited for it to go into the final where they can finally have a big matchup and see who is the best team in this conference.
Let's take a look at our projected starting 5 for these two. So on the top, the Buffaloes of Milligan. On the bottom, the Reinhardt Eagles. This is who we believe will get the start today, and so much talent, but I think everybody knows who we're all watching, and it starts and begins with number 11.
Absolutely. Samaj Clark has been one of the very best players, really the best player in the Appalachian Athletic Conference, winning Player of the Year, making the All-Defensive Team. Meanwhile, the Reinhardt Eagles, a ton of talent at their disposal. They get it done by more of a committee approach. It truly may be the most well-rounded team versus the best player.
Yeah, Samaj Clark is unbelievable. We saw her, didn't really have to get out of first gear in the first round against Montreat, which got 22 points, and then she started to turn it up a gear against Pikewood. She got 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. She's really the all-round player.
And the head coaches of these two programs, also iconic in their own right. Tony Campbell, a long career playing and played basketball at Kennesaw State himself and has had a lot of success and a totally different roster this year than last year. And Coach G on the other sideline for the Buffs, she has built quite the program,
leading them to their third consecutive NAIA National Championship Tournament appearance.
We'll whip you now for one more look before we get started. They're introducing those two starting lineups on the floor, so you're not missing anything yet. We're going to show you how these two teams got here. This is the full bracket on the women's side of the Appalachian Athletic Conference tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been some route to the final. We saw yesterday probably the toughest watch of the whole tournament, but the important thing is Reinhardt got that win. It was a very stop-start game, but Ekwe Blah fired them into the final of 16 points.
In Milligan, they had a tough matchup with U Pike. Back and forth the entire way. Samaj Clark, her all-around dominance, leading the way for them. She made the plays when they mattered most.
That's a look at your bracket, and we're about ready for tip-off between these two. Glad you're along with us in this one between the Reinhardt University Eagles, who have 23 wins this season, and the Buffaloes of Milligan. I'm Gabriel Fry, along with me, Frank Osborne, Lorenzo Robinson for college basketball on SCSN. It's the Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament and the championship game coming right now between these two. What promises to be a fantastic finale between the Buffaloes and Eagles. Brief final thoughts before tip-off.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, it seemed like these two teams were on a collision course all season long. Milligan, the defending champs. Reinhardt, they haven't won the conference tournament since 2022, the team that they took down to do so, the Milligan Buffs.
Yeah, and Milligan have clearly got the support advantage, not too far away from their school, so a decent turnout from their school members and students and teachers alike. But I feel like that also suits Reinhardt. I feel like they like the upset. They like the scrap and the pressure, and it's going to be an interesting matchup for sure.
Milligan, a great crowd today as they're local to the area. Basically a Kingsport home team. More of their mailing address is Johnson City, but you get the idea. It's about a 20-minute drive here.
Zip code.
Here we go. We're underway in the Appalachian Athletic Conference Basketball Championship. It's the Milligan Buffaloes and Reinhardt University Eagles. Calm start for Milligan. Drives, poked away. McCutcheons hauls it in. Dish down the floor. Reinhardt off the glass. Smith opens the scoring. 2-0 for the Eagles as she soars down the baseline.
That's who Reinhardt's been all season long. They're at their best when they're getting end over end, turning defense into offense.
She'll fire the three. It's wide. Putback goes. The response deadlocks. This is our first tie of the game. Easily delivered by McKenna Myers, who's averaged a dozen per game this season.
Yeah, one thing about this Milligan attack is it's such a strong lineup that obviously Samaj Clark is the star player, but the likes of Lyon and Bremer, they're here to play as well.
Good feed, Van Dyke can't quite get that. Pushed through and stolen. Here come the Buffaloes roaring down the hardwood and put home by Lyon as it's 4-2 Buffaloes.
That's what it's going to need to be for Milligan. Samaj Clark getting that steal. Reinhardt, they have the size advantage on the front line. They like to crash the offensive glass. Milligan needs to try to force turnovers out of it.
Van Dyke Driving, able to hang on to it. Fires on the baseline. That goes wide. Turned over. Milligan Buffs leading by 1 possession early. Milligan fires on the running floater. Can't get it. Reinhardt hauls it in. Eagles run the floor and decide not to try for the fast break points. Now pulling up for 3. It pinballs off.
It feels like Mari Grant has to get going for this Reinhardt offense. Streaky shooter, but when she's feeling it, it takes them to another level.
Hook shot, too much. Short. Samaj Clark gets it, the AAC Player of the Year.
Eagles are going to throw some different looks out at Samaj Clark. They want to limit her. They don't want to devote too much attention because this Milligan attack can beat you in different ways.
Too much. Kissed off the glass, pushed outside. Clark drives, Samaj over the iron, and that has enough butter to roll.
And just way too easy for Clark. Straight line drive, nobody stopping the basketball, easy lay-in.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of the pre-match talk from Reinhardt was about stopping her, and they weren't able to do so there. It looked comfortable.
This goes, rattles and finds the bottom of the net for a pair.
Yeah, nice attack by Grant getting downhill. Reinhardt, their offense predicated on having multiple options that can put the ball on the floor and can get a bucket.
Entry feed all alone. She gets it to go. Over the back, Kenzie Campbell, who averaged 9 this season.
Beautiful backdoor cut by her. Reinhardt has to close it. Chloe Van Dyke fell asleep on that one.
But that's Clark up to 2 assists already. We know she's got everything in her game. Nearly got the triple-double yesterday.
Loose and rolls all the way back. Fires the wing 3, and Mackenzie Franklin. Is that a thunderstorm? She nails that one from over the mountains.
Mackenzie Franklin, not known for her long-range prowess, but she's capable. That's her 3rd made three-pointer of the season.
It's not a bad time to get it, is it?
Down low, poked away by McCutcheons, who gets the steal, and a 1-point game. Buffaloes trending back, backdoor feed. How about that little hit-ahead pass across the floor to get it to go?
And if Milligan's going to win this game, they have to keep Reinhardt at bay in transition. When they push the tempo, they are at their best. Milligan has to play it on their terms.
Dish to Samaj, now to the straightaway. She's going to try and drive this down low. Fumbles the ball, and it'll go with the Reinhardt Eagles.
That was a good attack, trying to go around Franklin.
Number 20's on the floor for Reinhardt. She was our player of the game last night, Ekwe Blah. Frank, you got a chance to speak with her. What do you think of Ekwe Blah?
Yeah, she's got everything in her game. If you come tight to her, that's what she wants. She wants to drive in behind, but if you're going to drop off, we saw towards the end of the game, she was hitting threes like it was nothing.
Eagles leading by just 1 over the Milligan Buffs, the regular season champions. Turning on the edge of the block, can't get it. Buffaloes haul it in. Samaj and company rushing down the boardwalk, and now they'll stop and slow it up. On the side of the floor, Ashley to Samaj, playing that line. She'll drive and push that down under the basket. Harassed, and we get the call.
As great as Samaj Clark has been all year long for Milligan, it was actually Naomi Ashley who led the way for the Buffs in that first matchup. Maybe Ashley can get going and be the hero once more.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Kingsport, Tennessee. Buffaloes and Eagles getting a quick break halfway through our first 9-8. We were talking about the stakes of this game. Obviously, you don't know what's going to happen next, the national tournament as well, right? This is going to be a historical win no matter who takes this trophy home tonight. Super important. Is it going to stay in this zip code, the prophetic hometown of the Milligan Buffs, or is it going to go back to Georgia with the Reinhardt Eagles? Either way, there's more work to be done following this. Milligan is definitely in the national tournament. Reinhardt has to win to make the national tournament. According to what I'm being told, the ARC doesn't look like they'll get an at-large. Bryan College is very close, on the cusp of getting that at-large bid, even though they're out of the conference tournament and runners-up in the regular season. Flip through.
Yeah, I am surprised there's not more Bryan supporters, Bryan players here to support Milligan. So we know that they'll get their bid if Milligan do win.
Well, I think they're supporting. They're probably supporting from afar. I don't know if they want to be here watching the place they could have been at.
They're probably here with us right now, listening to you.
Wouldn't that be something?
I think they're here. Hi, Bryan. Hi, Dayton.
Could you just imagine if we had a Bryan Reinhardt matchup and how many fouls there would have been in that?
Be a good one. On the attack, Reinhardt Eagles. Taking her time, Van Dyke. Way outside. Grant. And Maria gave it to Ekwe Blah. Wants to pull the trigger, instead it's Amaria. Defended by Myers. Drives, elbow, running out of time. 2 on the shot clock. 1, pumps, drives, and fires, and this has too much sauce.
And that was a very stagnant offensive possession by Reinhardt, allowing Milligan to stay in place and keep their defense set.
Good entry feed now to the side of the floor. Going to work, and the foul.
Yeah, they're going to call an offensive foul there on the screen, getting Kruger on the call.
Fast game so far. Quiet offensively, even though there's a lot of action.
Quiet offensively, and I would say that would be advantage Reinhardt because of the way that they play defensively all year long. Whenever the game kind of devolves into a rock fight, the Eagles very comfortable finding ways to win.
I agree. We looked at those point totals per game on the Open, and 69 per game for Reinhardt, 78 for the Milligan Buffs. So a dogfight is advantage Eagles, but the 3-ball is advantage Milligan Buffs as it's 11-9.
Lena Lyon came into the tournament with 4 made threes. She's now made 2 in these last 2 games.
Drives, fires off the window.
Yeah, Lyon really stepped up in the game yesterday. When Clark took a while to get going, Lyon was the one pulling the Buffs through it.
Samaj Clark, one of the most impressive athletes in the country, player of the year for a reason. She's sharp, kind, hardworking, and just a stud on the hardwood. She's incredible to watch play. Put together a crazy campaign. 47% from the floor, almost 18 points per game, as she scored just shy of 500. 33% from long range and 80% at the line in the regular season.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a more effective player, a more valuable player across the country. She's just so important to what they do on both ends of the floor, not just scoring the basketball, but also creating for her teammates.
Yeah, I want to know if anybody in the country has ever got 8 Player of the Weeks in one season. It's mental.
On the way from the straightaway, big high bounce, and they're blown dead. That's going with the Buffs.
In that first matchup, Reinhardt got a lot of what they wanted. They were able to win the rebounding battle against Milligan. They shot more shot attempts, a major difference. Milligan hit 8 threes in that game. Reinhardt struggled, only knocking down 3 of them. So we'll see what happens here today if they can have better success from long range.
Quite the star-studded crowd still in attendance. A couple of head coaches, both commissioners, both athletic directors. Inside, Reeder fights her way through and takes that step. This is going with Reinhardt's Eagles.
She was trying to challenge Chloe Van Dyke there in the post. Van Dyke, a very versatile defender, can scale up and guard bigger players and also get out on the perimeter.
Eagles working, trailing by just one possession. Van Dyke fake pumps on the straightaway. From the wing, it's Ekwe Blah. Defended by Myers, gives it off. Pulls. Zaya can't knock it down. I like the look from McCutcheon, just not quite the touch. Inside and in trouble as it's stripped away and stolen by the Reinhardt University Eagles. McCutcheon's to the corner of the floor. Ekwe Blah drives the baseline and loses this. Reeder will throw in.
This is a real good matchup because Reinhardt are so good defensively, so hard to break down, and Milligan have been so good offensively all season. The movement's really good, but when you're playing against some of the best defenders in the conference, it's always going to be a tough one.
Clark, screen almost worked. Huge collision, that's an offensive foul.
Yeah, great job by Mari Grant coming in the gap help against Samaj Clark, drawing that offensive foul.
Already down to our final minute of the first. Whipped across, Ekwe Blah. Drives the block to the corner, Van Dyke. Disrupted by Clark. Her sister can't get it. This one free and loose. Buffs Lyon hits the brakes and waits for help as she'll go to Clark. Samaj on the elbow, didn't like it. Her and Reeder play some pitch and catch. Long ball down the line. Reeder. Now Campbell fires to the top of the block, strong.
Reinhardt, they're going to switch everything 1 through 4. They're very comfortable in those cross matches. They feel like there are no mismatches on the perimeter for them. Makes those off-ball screen actions tough.
With 5 left in the first, she pulls the trigger and leaves a second and a half on the clock as it rolls off. Milligan women's basketball receiving votes to the poll, well deserved. They've been fantastic. And that does it for our first period. We got a bit of a barn burner underway in Kingsport, Tennessee, between the Reinhardt Eagles and Milligan Buffs on the Southeast Sports Network.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century. Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.
Welcome back in Kingsport, Tennessee. That is right off the inbound. Almost rolls away. Somehow the Buffs stay with it.
And Taylor Collins entered into the game for Reinhardt. She played hero coming off the bench and giving them some great minutes.
She was great last night. Fighting in the low paint outside the Lion who pulls the trigger. It goes wide at the buzzer.
Lena Lyon's been a lot more comfortable pulling from range here throughout this tournament. Right there, just coming up short.
McCutcheon's Tackway Blah. Back to the wing. Good drive and a nice take. Delivers a couple of points for Reinhardt. Smith, she's got 6.
Great slash to the rim by Londacia Smith, first team all-conference selection. She's a big guard, combo guard who's comfortable finishing down low.
Entry feed sails off. It'll stay with the Buffs. 2 really good head coaches as we're tied between these two teams. Tony Campbell was a 3-year captain, then began his coaching career making a couple of big stops, notably Clayton State, before joining the Reinhardt Eagles, and has been very successful leading this program. Kylie Russell-Greer has enjoyed an extreme amount of success for Milligan, has them receiving votes. They're threatening to take the championship trophy in addition to the regular season title, and definitely going to the national tournament.
Yeah, and you can see she's been getting animated down on this near side about wanting her team to keep moving. She doesn't want them to stand still. She wants the rotations often and unpredictable.
Last season was the best season for this Milligan Buffs women's basketball program since their TVAC regular season championships in 99, 98, and 97. A little while ago.
A little bit.
Down low this goes. It's all thanks to Kylie Russell-Greer, who is just fantastic down on the side of the hardwood. Halfway block. Franklin. Not sure if that was a pass or a shot.
I think it may have gotten tipped there by Bremer.
Something odd happening with that.
Much to the delight of the Milligan fans.
Lyon to the corner, back to her. Campbell gets the screen. Instead, she'll pull up and almost knocks it down, but Franklin gets the board.
Reinhardt's going to have to close out on her. She's capable of knocking those type of shots down. Very comfortable pulling from range.
Back on the front court as we do get the call down low. 2.5 minutes into our second.
Margin so tight between these two teams. A squad that can heat up from range might put themselves in the driver's seat to take over early on.
Oh, she's wide open. 3 is short.
Both teams getting some good looks. Again, still rounding into form on offense.
Hassled, but able to keep it. Myers gives it to Clark. Samaj, the player of the year, to the sideline, and Lyon, who buries the 3 from downtown Kingsport. A 5-point advantage, the largest lead of the game for the Buffaloes of Milligan.
Lena Lyons almost up to her season total here in Kingsport, Tennessee during this week.
Who knew it'd be the Lion to stop the Eagles soaring?
That's good, I like that. From the side of the floor, Clark, too much. Clark has just got to stay confident. Her team needs to rally around her and say, Samaj, just stay calm. I know it's a championship game. You're going to get going. Just keep going.
And she's not really pressing the issue. She has teammates that she trusts. Lena Lyon doing a nice job of picking up the slack, especially from long range.
Down low, a lot off the glass.
We saw similar in the other games this week. Clark sometimes takes a while to get going, and her teammates help her out.
Easy down inside, a 5-point game again, 18-13.
The game's been so tight, a 5-point lead just feels so massive. I feel like points have been hard to come by here today.
Drives the edge of the block, pinballs off the bottom of the iron, and what force by McHenry Franklin. Mackenzie rips that out of her hands and keeps it going, but the foul. Couple of changes to the Eagles. Franklin will come off, Ekway Block coming off. The Van Dykes onto the floor. Stolen by the Buffs in a 5-point game. Milligan.
That was Samaj Clark there on the steal.
From the side of the floor, the 3 weak for Reeder. Hauled in and diving for this. Clark looks to be okay. Tony Campbell gives her a hand up.
So the truly great players find ways to be effective even when they don't have their best stuff from a scoring standpoint. We're seeing Samaj Clark give great extra effort. Curious what the conversation is down there.
I think they're debating about which way the ball should go. And
I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to say anything when I saw it.
That's not like you.
Yeah, trying to ease up a little bit right now.
That's crazy, but sorry, but it's true. Good couple of passes right there, and Reinhardt gets it to go automatic off the window to cut us to a 3-point game. Straight away. Lyon holds off, and now the dish. I think they kind of rattled back outside. Didn't like that entry feed either. Lyon not feeling it. Lena, 4 on the shot clock, 2 on the elbow. Reeder, straight away 3 is short. Hauled in by Reinhardt. Here come the Eagles. She cuts her way through, and the floater is deflected. Reeder gets it. Back and forth we go, a track meet. Wants to pull the trigger. Samaj is deflected down inside. Van Dyke just puts both hands up and rejects her.
They're going to get her called for that foul on the arm. Samaj Clark still trying to find her way. The Eagles throwing some different looks at her.
I mean, Tony's doing exactly what she did. You can see Campbell showing she did this with her hands. That's what it was. We get the call, and it takes us to a break. 18-15, Milligan Buffs leading, looking red hot in their hometown.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Four and a half still to play in our first half as Clark has gone to the line for the Buffs. Clark rims out, surprised to see that. Samaj kind of off to a cold start. Nothing to worry about, obviously. 80% at the line this season. She averaged 18 points per game this year. The second does go. She's up to 3 points.
Reinhardt's a pretty tough matchup for a player like Clark, who likes to get it done on the perimeter. Londacia Smith was an all-defensive team selection.
Yeah, Clark sort of struggled in their last matchup against Reinhardt. Milligan won, but she only got 11 points, although she did her work on the defensive side with 13 defensive rebounds, a steal and a block. So
Milligan has punched their ticket to the national tournament, but Reinhardt has to win to go. Milligan, 3 ball, can't get it, it's short, poked off unintentionally. And this one's staying with the Buffaloes.
Reinhardt comfortable with allowing Milligan to rise and fire from range. Interesting decision considering how well Milligan shot the 3-ball this season. But you would much rather make them beat you over the top than from inside.
Irvin comes on for Clark, who's getting a break with 4.5 to play in our first half. Reeder all the way out front, 3 balls short. Buffs get it back, and they lead by 4. Pitched outside all the way across to Reeder. Straight away again. Has a chance off the window. Reinhardt pulls it down. Here come the Eagles. Hurrying Grant, looking for potential fast break points on the elbow. Down to the baseline. Eagles floater is hauled in by Irvin.
Terrific transition defense by Milligan. Off that missed shot, they race to get down the floor. All 5 white jerseys set.
Lyon dished outside and actually gets this to go.
Yeah, corner pocket triple, but a great off-ball screen to free her up.
.22-15. And this rattles and goes. Reinhardt does respond with a quick layup of their own.
Well, it's just shown how good the Milligan attack is overall, because Samaj Clark's got 2 points so far, 20 coming from the rest of the team. They're all stepping up.
Buried from long range on cue. Callie Reeder steps up to the line and gets it to go for the Buffs.
I said it earlier in this quarter, it felt like the team that can heat up from distance will have the early edge.
Down low, this one cashes it in and one as she'll go to the line. And what is now a 6-point game.
Reinhardt believes that they have the advantage down low. They have to try to use that and attack it. Lana Van Dyke in the post, making something happen.
Ekwe Blad, McCutcheon's onto the floor. Brothers comes off.
Shocked that Clark's not off for long.
We saw her have a few of the quickest bits of rest in that last game, like 30 seconds between her time on the bench and back in the game.
For real, it's crazy. Big high bounce hauled in by Samaj Clark. Player of the year with good reason. She is incredible. Dish to Reeder. To the wing. Didn't like that. Samaj. All the way over the top. Reeder, who hit that 3. Has a lane. Gets it to go with a little kiss off the glass. It's an 8-point game. Just nasty with it.
Yeah, the nifty footwork to finish that one. Milligan riding high. Got to feel good about where they are. They're in a bit of a run here.
And you can hear the chants, "Let's go Clark," from the crowd. Feels like a hometown advantage for the Milligan Buffs, who are neighboring in this zip code, about a 20-minute drive from the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center. Not in Kingsport, but very close. Nobody would split hairs on that. That would be crazy.
There's something to be said about a lot of these teams maybe having their collective rhythms broken, staying at a hotel for a few days on end. Milligan, a lot of them, they're just staying at home. They're going back to their dorm rooms and really able to continue to do what they do on a daily basis.
Yeah, I mean, that must be nice. It just becomes any normal day as opposed to staying in an unfamiliar place and having to spend time doing things you probably wouldn't normally do, having food differently to what you'd normally do in your normal routine.
Fires this, and it's a little strong.
Yeah, the Eagles just continue to struggle from long range as the Buffs have began to heat up. Eerily similar to that first matchup.
Clark rolls over the front of the iron. It's a 10-point game, their first double-digit lead. And Clark heating up, the Buffs heating up. She's got 4.
And when you can build an advantage with her offense late arriving, anything she does just feels like sprinkles on top.
Ekwe Bly enters the block to Van Dyke. Lana disrupted, scrambling for the ball on the side of the floor. Reinhardt gets it back to the side of the floor. She pulls too much. And the foul inside.
The Eagles are used to dictating the physicality to other teams. That's how they've been taught to play by Coach Campbell. Well, right now, Milligan, they are dictating the game to Reinhardt. They are taking the lunch pail and physicality to them.
Back to one of Milligan's stronger lineups.
5 on the floor right now in the final minute of this half. This won't go. Smith, Grant, Van Dyke brothers, and Van Dyke for Reinhardt. It's Clark, Reeder, Ashley, Bremer, and Lyon for the Buffs. 40 seconds of the half. In a 10-point game, we get the call. Milligan taking back over with it. That's huge.
Yeah, at this point, the unforced errors from Reinhardt starting to pick up. Milligan, they've been taking advantage all second quarter. That's how they've opened up this 10-point lead.
Shot clock, game clock separated by 7. Burning it out. Lyon tried to deliver, poked into the air. Reinhardt has it. 7 through the center of the floor, and the call was 6 seconds on the clock.
That was a great job, great defensive play by Londacia Smith, showing off her all-defensive team prowess there on that steal.
Well, that's one of those ones where I've been petitioning all tournament for maybe an advantage to come into play, because Reinhardt are through there. They could just get the layup, bring it back for the foul after.
It's been a struggle for many members of the Reinhardt Eagles, but Londacia Smith has been clicking on all cylinders offensively. She's led the way.
First goes, second won't. 5 seconds. 4, 3, has it. 2, fires it short. Buffs have it. That'll kill the clock on our first half of action. A thrilling start between these two. Brief thoughts on what we've seen so far and what it means.
Milligan, they picked up the pace offensively there in that second quarter. Reinhardt, they remain frigid. 1 of 10 from long range. Milligan, 4 made threes. That's the difference so far.
Well, it's proven to be a typical Samaj Clark performance. She's taken a while to get going, but she's heating up and up to 5 now. Only Lena Lyons outscored her for her team. Be interesting going into the second half. The gap by 9.
29-20, Milligan's Buffs lead the Reinhardt Eagles on SCSN. The second half, we'll be back with more coverage for the Meadowview Marriott and the Tri-City area, the hometown of the Buffs, next.
Some might ask, what's the hurry? But if it's the difference between getting McDonald's breakfast and settling for a Big Mac, well, run like the wind.
Sit in the hip like, whenever you tip them all got to sit in the hip like,
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's like that.
Got it, it stays fair.
You don't have to wear a uniform for service or sacrifice. Every day, ordinary Americans perform extraordinary acts of courage and selfless service. Please join us in recognizing citizen heroes who have made a difference in the lives of others through their acts of courage and selfless service in communities across America. Nominate a citizen hero today at themedalofhonor.com.
back to Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. Tony, what do you think?
Quincy, it's 2 a.m. You have school tomorrow. Get some rest.
See you tomorrow, Saquon.
You got it, Quessy.
His name is Quincy. The crowd goes wild.
Hey, Quincy. Quincy! Your son's fantasies are going to destroy my house.
Speed move! Quincy, take the snap! Hike! Here comes Fred Warner!
I'm open!
He's got Jefferson!
Hit the gritty?
Nah, hit the Quincy.
Where is that boy going?
Nobody was Oh no!
Bring it, little man!
Cam Jordan!
I'll see you tomorrow, Quincy!
Quincy is in trouble!
I got you!
He pitches it to Saquon! No! My ball!
That's on you, bro. Besides, I'm not even real.
Is this your ball? What's your name?
Quincy.
Quincy. I'm OC. I know that look. I know that dream. I had the same one. See, Quincy, doesn't have to be a dream anymore. Doesn't matter where you're born, as long as you're born to play.
Just making sure you were real.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Mental health plays a massive role in professional soccer and in sports in general. We're all here to support each other. We're all here to help each other, and you never know what somebody is going through, whether it's on the field or off the field. For me, mental health plays a huge role when it comes to goalkeeping, because a lot of times the game is not near me and not near the goalkeeper, and it's important that I stay calm and stay ready and stay connected to the team even when the play is not by me.
Once upon a time, there was a girl with golden locks. You know what? Maybe it was like a rugged, woodsy dude. Yeah. The beds were too hard, the chairs were too soft, the porridge was too... This Goldilocks wanted something tastier.
Those look just right.
First, he drove the Ram 2500 Rebel to pick up some dinner. Some really big dinner.
Tastes like chicken.
Next, he took the Ram Charger deep into the woods to flex his artistic muscles.
That was the village tree.
Then, completely abandoning the narrative, he fired up the Ram RHO for a little joyride.
Time to jump a volcano.
This is my story.
But yeah, the bears were there. they all lived happily ever after. Sorta.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Back with our second half of action between the Reinhardt Eagles and Milligan Buffaloes, and leading by 9 at the half, the Milligan Buffaloes. We go to the floor to hear from Frank Osborne with more.
Thanks, Gabe. Yes, we're here at Kingsport, Tennessee for our last game of what has been a brilliant week of basketball action. It's been so many games that have gone right down to the wire, and it looks like this is going to be the same again. Right now, Milligan lead Reinhardt by 9, 29-20. It's been a real back and forth game, as most have been. Player of the year, Samaj Clark, she's starting to get going. She's had a slow start, but it's been a very all-round one, saying the least. Couple of assists, couple of rebounds. She's up to 5 points now. As for the rest of our team, Lena Lyon leads the way on 8. She's been excellent. Nearly hit her season's tally, of 3 points just today, which says everything. Your best players need to turn up when it matters. The shooting percentages haven't been the best for either team. Both of them usually slightly better, but it's only going to get better into the second half as it reaches crunch time. The game's been much more easy to watch, you could say, than last night's game for Reinhardt. It was a very stop-start game in which we're at 30 fouls at this point. We're only at 11. So you can imagine it's a much easier game to watch, and I would not count this game done. It's 9 points. Last time they faced 2 weeks ago, Milligan came out on top. It was only about 10 points in it, and it's always going to be a close one. Samaj Clark didn't get her most points tally last time, but it's a final. Your best players always turn up for a final. So 20 minutes to go of action in Kingsport, Tennessee this year's basketball. Reinhardt needing that win to go to conference tournament. 29-20 at the break.
Frank, thanks so much. It's looking good. A fun one, as you said it at the break. 29-20, Milligan leading the Eagles.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
Welcome back to the AAC Women's Basketball Conference Championship here live in Kingsport, Tennessee. What you all are seeing right now is the women's tournament bracket. We started off our first game, Montreat knocking off Columbia, Ramaya Sanders leading the way, Sarah Williams also getting it done. Spartanburg Methodist over Union Commonwealth, they never trailed in that game, wire to wire. It was the next day of the tournament that provided us a little bit more fireworks. Milligan easily knocking off Montreat. U-Pike in a real rock fight defeating Tennessee Wesleyan. Speaking of rock fights, Johnson and Reinhardt was an absolute brawl as well. Reinhardt coming out on top in that one with the 10-point victory. And then the upset of the bracket, Spartanburg Methodist knocking off the second-seeded Bryan College Lions. Bryan trying to find their way into the national tournament. Spartanburg Methodist potentially putting a monkey wrench in those plans. Semi-final round was a great matchup between Milligan and Pikeville, a rubber match, the only team to knock off Milligan in conference play this season. It was the U-Pike Bears. They couldn't do so yesterday. Milligan avenging that loss. Reinhardt defeating Cinderella, knocking off Spartanburg Methodist, winning that game by 10, which has set up this conference championship between the Buffs and the Eagles.
Really, really exciting game so far. Thrilled to have you along for the ride. We're going to kick you now for a look at the top 25 teams in the country. So Dordt College out ahead of everybody. They scored 117 points in one game, followed by Freed Hardeman, Bethel, Marion, Campbellsville, some great programs, and obviously the Milligan Buffs receiving votes. So the Milligan Buffs have secured their trip to the national tournament. They're in. There's nothing that can knock them out as they won the regular season. But an interesting conundrum here. So if Reinhardt doesn't win, Lorenzo's going to try to pull the ARC ratings. What we've been told by the league office and other pundits in the media that are here covering the tournament is that Bryan is probably in no matter what. They're going to get the at-large bid, probably. That's just hearsay. I actually don't know that, right? I'm just telling you what I'm being told. We don't know that. We're just speculating vaguely. But if Reinhardt wins this tournament, they're in as well. It's a two-bid league in that case. So Reinhardt needs the win much worse than Milligan does. Obviously, Milligan's going to give 110% here, right? Foot to the floor, pedal to the metal, and all the gas they have. But should be a red-hot, fun race to the finish between these two.
Yeah, Milligan, they've already wrapped up their conference, their conference tournament championship, their regular season championship. Reinhardt trying to fight their way to a tournament title and get into that national race.
Entry feed down inside, and it goes right away for the Eagles, who get a bucket back to start this second half.
Yeah, it's so important that Reinhardt come out sharp here, because if Milligan add to their lead, get the feeling that they'll have the quality to not let that slip.
Yeah, you don't want to let them build on it. Obviously, they've been really good so far, so. Fires, Buffs, too much sauce. Glad you're along for the ride. I'm Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, Frank Osborne alongside me for the Women's Appalachian Athletic Conference Basketball Championship on the Southeast Sports Network, and what has become a barn burner between these two teams. It's been a really fun tournament, and looking like we're going to have a fun race to the finish as well. Driving the block, dished across, fires in motion and gets it to go. Grant scores another bucket.
Mari Grant getting going for Reinhardt. She's been that big-time scorer for them on the perimeter. Again, her improvement as the season went on took their team offensively to another level, perhaps a championship level. Gabe, I was able to find the ARC ratings. Right now, Bryan sitting at number 45 in the ARC ratings, Reinhardt 51. I would imagine we would have some difference in those. Those ratings, they were released at the beginning of this week. Reinhardt, they've collected 2 wins in the conference tournament. Bryan didn't get a chance to add to their win total, so we'll see how that holds going into Selection Sunday.
Yeah, that loss cannot help them at all with that. That's for sure.
Myers working the wing, dishes it across to the player of the year for the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Clark fades from the wing, the putback, and we get the buzzer. Franklin and Reinhardt take over with the ball as Van Dyke will inbound.
And this Reinhardt team defensively built very well top to bottom. Coach Campbell's done a phenomenal job putting this group together. And we saw it when they played against Destiny Middleton and Spartanburg Methodist. We saw it when they played against some of the best players for Johnson, Emery Tollett, and Olivia Bolduc. Great players on the perimeter. They have to fight against multiple tremendous perimeter defenders. Right now, McCutcheons and Smith drawing the assignment, giving Clark all she can handle.
Work back across to the opposing wing. Floater for Grant, stolen out of the air easily. Here come the Buffs of Milligan. She'll run the floor and can't kiss it home off the glass. The putback goes.
And I know that shot didn't fall for Lena Lyon, but her aggression has really done a nice job of allowing Milligan to be able to survive without the normal offensive output from Samaj Clark.
I think she might be the happiest player ever. Even when she misses, she's smiling.
Had some space on the wing. Now Van Dyke through, down low, and fouled.
So that was an interesting tactical adjustment made by Coach Kylie Greer for Milligan. Showing Reinhardt a zone look, trying to make them shoot the ball from the perimeter. The Eagles have struggled in that regard here in the game so far. 1 of 10 from long range. They're trying to keep them out of the paint.
Smith. Seven-point game in Kingsport, Tennessee. 2.5 minutes into our second half for the Appalachian Athletic Conference Championship on the line. This goes. Smith has got a dozen points for the Reinhardt Eagles.
We'll see if Lena Lyon continues to be aggressive. She's done a great job working out of that ball screen action.
Lyon to the player of the year, Samaj. Clark whips it over the top. It's tipped by Franklin. Here comes McKenzie. Rolls in off of the window for a pair.
Again, Londacia Smith, one of the best defenders in the conference, all over Samaj Clark, not giving her an inch.
Kick to the corner. The three ball is automatic. Cash money from the Tri-Cities.
And that's been the difference so far. 5th made 3 for Milligan in a game where they lead by 7. They have outscored the Eagles from 12 from long range.
Well, that's where Lena Lyon's pace is causing problems for the defenders. It's creating space for her teammates.
Out front, it's stolen. Buffs will run the floor. Milligan pitched across. Good hit-ahead pass for 2. 36-27. Buffs back out ahead by 9. That was their lead at the half.
How many great players would have tried to force a shot up? Samaj Clark, great pass.
Off the mark, regathered. That's a good point. A lot of players love to force a shot up when they get the ball. Clark does not care about that. She's all about winning and a great teammate. That's part of why she won Player of the Year. She draws the foul down low. McCutcheons picks up her first. Clark just understands where she fits in the team, and even on an off day or what have you, Coach, we're winning, right? That's her attitude. They're winning. She doesn't care about points.
For sure, and I can say that that's what I've been more impressed with than just her play, just her poise. She's been very calm, even when things aren't necessarily going her way. If she's not hitting her jumper, if she's finding difficulty finding space, she has the same expression on her face. She's approaching the game the same way and finding different ways to be effective for her program.
Yeah, and she's up to 17 assists in this tournament, so in 3 games. I mean, that shows her selflessness. A lot of players, after getting Player of the Year, would perhaps have an ego about it, but she seems very much the opposite.
That's kind of what I expect out of the AAC, but still, nice to see it. Van Dyke, as we get the call, Tony Campbell says, hey, we need a timeout. It's 36-27, a 9-point game on the floor. Just under 6 to go in our third between these two, and man, it's been quite the battle. Reinhardt is just struggling to get the scoring going, but conversely, they've limited an explosive Milligan scoring attack.
Milligan still finding some ways to be more effective than we've seen a lot of other teams offensively against the Eagles. They've shot the ball at a 44% clip, so not entirely bad form on that end of the floor. Again, the difference has been from beyond the arc. Reinhardt has struggled from 3 throughout this tournament. That continues here today. Milligan, they've already cashed in 5 triples, outscoring them by 12 from beyond the arc. They're ahead by 9. That's been the difference in the game.
Yeah, and we spoke about Reinhardt defensively and how solid that they usually are, but when you've got someone of Samaj Clark's quality and of her pedigree, you obviously change your defense a little bit, and that's when other players, McKenna Myers, Lena Lyon, they're stepping up because perhaps they have more time, more space, because Samaj Clark, I mean, her assists speak for themselves. She might draw in pressure and then pass it to the open player, and that's what she's been doing today.
Really wild to see these teams shooting at the clip they're hitting right now. Reinhardt and Milligan, 32 and 33% respectively from outside the arc this season. Reinhardt is just 1 of 10 from three-point land today, 10%, and Milligan is shooting 31%. They're kind of on their usual pace, 5 of 16 from long range.
Also a battle on the glass that Milligan has decidedly won thus far. Milligan, 27 rebounds to just 15 for the Eagles.
Yeah, they've doubled them up. You can see the assist total as well. I think that's crucial. A lot of steals back and forth. That's even at 7, but the assist total showing that, you know, Milligan more effectively sharing the ball than the Eagles. Not by much. It's 11 to 6 on the assist tally, but just something else to keep an eye on.
But it's the way that those plays happen, right? When you see 6 assists on the board, that sort of gives you insight into the offensive process of both teams. Milligan sharing the basketball, a lot of points coming off of those assists. Meanwhile, Reinhardt, a lot of one-on-one game. It's tough to score in isolation situations.
And that thing rattles and won't go. It goes in the air about 3 times as Reinhardt tries to keep possession. They're awarded it by our referee on the baseline.
Yeah, perhaps another stat to have a look at is the rebound stat. Milligan at nearly double the rebounds to Reinhardt. That just allows Milligan, even if they mess the first chance up, they can always have another one if they're winning the rebounds so efficiently.
Reinhardt was a great rebounding team this season, but Milligan, they were the best rebounding team in the conference. We're seeing just why.
Ekwe Blah popped off last night. Van Dyke from the wing, the 3 is buried from downtown Kingsport by McCutcheons. She's got 5.
Boy, oh boy, that's a welcome sight for the Reinhardt faithful. 1 for 10 from downtown before that huge 3 from McCutcheons.
Buffs almost halfway through our third. They lead by 5. Myers has 9 points, trying to shake Grant. Wing to wing, Buffaloes. Nothing developing, just 3 on the shot clock now. 2, drives, fires, it's disrupted. She gets it back and fires, but too late. That's going with Reinhardt.
And on that possession, we saw on multiple occasions Samaj Clark trying to get to the basketball, trying to flash. But again, it was the all-defensive team selection. Londacia Smith all over her. She has effectively taken Clark out of the game in the half court.
One pass, now 2. Ekwe Blah gives it to Van Dyke. Chloe, the entry feed. Lana goes to work, and Callie Reeder able to disrupt as she hauls in the rebound.
And she's hanging in tough against Lana Van Dyke. Van Dyke, a lot of size down low. Great job defending and contesting without fouling.
Whipped around the arc, 3 ball, just barely contested enough by Ekwe Blah. Buffaloes get an extra possession, still just cleaning up on the boards. Get the Windex out.
Van Dyke outside, trying to guard on the perimeter.
Gave her a lot of room, but it pays off for Reinhardt on the wrist.
2 great looks from range for Milligan. That would have been major for their offensive attack.
Ekwe Blah on the straightaway for Reinhardt. With the lime green kicks. She'll fire, it's too strong. Lana, an extra possession. Chloe, the give to Ekwe Blah. Around the defender, Myers. Down low, Reeder trying to disrupt Lana. She's able to do so again. Lana gives up, backdoor feed goes.
Londacia Smith, she's been everywhere all game long. A great job flashing, providing a safety valve for Lana Van Dyke and scoring the bucket.
I don't think it's long before we're going to see Clark and Lyon back in. There they are, speaking of.
Now you've spoken into existence, Frank.
Reinhardt within 3, a 1-possession game as the Eagles Chain link passes down the floor. It's a bit strong and rolls off the ball with the Buffs. And here's the change rather, Lion coming on along with Samaj and a timeout on the floor. Probably a welcome break for these Eagles and Buffs. A couple of them looking shaken up. Lorenzo, it's a three-point game. Thoughts on what we've seen, and we're keeping an eye on that rebound battle now.
Yeah, Reinhardt continuing to battle in that regard. Milligan still up by 12, but the Eagles starting to inch closer offensively, finding better process, more assists happening, more player movement. Isaiah McCutcheon's knocking down a three. They're right back into this game. You figured, as well as these two teams have played all year, it wasn't going to be a blowout either way.
Yeah, Londation Smith has been excellent for the Eagles. Highest scorer in today's game, you can see why, but McCutcheon's joining the party, Franklin, Grant, the Van Dyke starting to get some rebounds, and ultimately they're keeping Samaj Clark relatively quiet, which is always a good thing coming up against the Buffs.
I would say that Londation Smith's performance offensively has been very impressive, the most impressive part about her game. But I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the way that she's taken on the matchup of Samaj Clark. Seems like she's taken that matchup personally, and she slowed her down almost by herself in the second half.
So the Buffs back with the ball. Milligan with 3 minutes left in our third. They lead by just 3. Two superstars back on the floor. Lion rims, can't knock it down. Eagles get set on the attack. Drives, knocked away initially. Tried to run the spin move, it's tipped across, and she buries it anyhow. Smith doing work, and she's up to 16 points to Reinhardt.
And she's always in the right place at the right time, ready and waiting to make something happen.
Trigger pull is buried from the banks of the Tennessee River. Reader, a resounding response to make it a 4-point game.
Just when it seemed like the Buffs were getting cold, they hit another long-range bomb, up to 6 as a team.
Well, when these two teams faced 2 weeks ago, Reinhardt came out and dominated that third quarter, so it's no surprise to see the same again, but last time Milligan's quality shone through, and they'll be hoping it can now.
Fumbles the bag, here come the Buffs. Lion out ahead, hits the brakes and knifes it in. 41-35, Milligan.
She continues her strong offensive performance here in Kingsport, Tennessee. Today it's been much needed with Clark getting slowed down.
Brothers running the floor for Reinhardt. McKinley shakes Samaj Clark, then the entry feed is dished away and rolls off. It'll stay with the Eagles.
That was a great job by McKinley brothers. Rather, Samaj Clark guarding McKinley brothers, knowing that she wanted to try to feed the post.
Anna Van Dyke, a little shaken up, maybe overheating a bit. Had to head to the trash can and has been out of the game since.
Now without Londation Smith in the game, it remains to be seen who will be the one to take over some of that offensive load. Smith 16 of the team's 35.
Pitched it over. Down low, couldn't get it. Fight for the ball as we get blown dead, and the travel called for against the Buffs. Reinhardt keeps possession again.
The Eagles catching a bit of a break there. Maury Grant, again, her offensive performance throughout the season propelled their offense. She's been quiet so far today, still trying to find the range, 2 for 7.
Coach Greer can't believe it. The give. Grant to Simpson. She drives the block. Look at the power. It's disrupted down inside and stolen by the Buffaloes.
I've been impressed by the post defense from Milligan. They've challenged well inside.
Samaj Clark, the entry feed, and what a move! Like a hot knife through butter. Mackenzie, she's on the board.
Yeah, a little up and under move, dipsy-do, finding her way through.
Driving the lane. Ekwe Blah in the eye of Clark is short. Pinballed into the air. Van Dyke wants the call, not coming. Running the floor, Lyon, too much. A putback for the Buffs goes, a little kiss off the glass. It's 43-35, an 8-point advantage for Milligan over the Reinhardt Eagles.
Yeah, we talked about that rebounding battle going Milligan's way. They have been dominant on the glass, getting a second chance opportunity.
Score bugs behind. It's 45-35, excuse me. 5 seconds left. This is wide. And the putback goes for Ekwe Blah. Reinhardt needed that. It makes it an 8-point game. Headed into the final quarter. The Eagles have got some work to do. Do they have the firepower? Can they come back against the Buffs? Find out with us next on the Southeast Sports Network.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century. Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.
We're back. Pulls the trigger and gets it to go to open the fourth period. And the Buffaloes lead by 11 in our final quarter of action from Kingsport.
And that advantage from long range is widening. 7 made threes for the Buffs, just 2 for Reinhardt.
Off the bottom of the iron, Buffs take it down. Could be trouble for the Eagles. They can't allow another bucket on this trip up the floor, trailing by 11.
Did she just say, "I'm just kidding," after faking the three, passing it?
Rims out on Samaj Clark. Clark up to 5 points. She's been relatively quiet. The player of the year, though, powering this win in other ways.
Those Milligan Buffs, when they're crashing the glass, they're really running unencumbered to the rim.
Ekwe Blah fouled. Can't get the and one. She'll go to the line. During this season, Ekwe Blah hit 84% of her trips to the stripe.
Yeah, she was so good yesterday in making sure they got to this final, yet to really get going. Milligan have done well to keep her.
This is her first trip to the line in this game. Ekwe Blah gets it to go.
If you're a believer in the law of averages, you really just felt like Reinhardt would be due to turn the corner from long range. That really hasn't happened. Those first 2 games they've struggled. Those struggles have continued here in Kingsport.
2 of 12, 16% from downtown. The Buffs are 7 of 20, 35% from range. They're 45% from the floor in the game at 20 of 45 shots hit. Conversely, Reinhardt is at 34%, 16 of 46.
And I think just the amount that they've had go down has been the larger difference. The advantage from beyond the arc, it's 15 points. Those margins so critical in a championship bout.
Ekwe Blah. She'll just pull up with a hand in her face. It's strong. Pinballed back, taken down by the Buffs. Hauled in immediately near the arc by Bremer.
And when you've missed a few, you start to press a little bit. We'll see if the Eagles do that.
Buffs wide. You could feel the tension growing rapidly. 2 minutes gone in our final period, and it has been ice cold so far. Milligan hit the 3, Reinhardt just 2 at the line.
Yeah, and it's not quite desperation time just yet. The Eagles can still play their normal brand of basketball, but Milligan trying to keep that pressure on him.
Yeah, you sense the longer it goes on, the more Milligan's experience and quality is just going to show. If Reinhardt don't start putting him under some more pressure,
both coaches shouting directions to their players. Reinhardt gets the takeaway. They needed that.
Yeah, great help there by Mari Grant coming in off the weak side for the steal.
Flipped out from the straightaway. She drives, and the foul gives it to Milligan. An offensive foul against Reinhardt.
Coming into this game, Reinhardt, again, they've had the reputation of being one of the tougher teams in the conference, arguably the conference's best defense. Milligan has taken the fight to Reinhardt all throughout this ball game.
Lion to Samaj, she pulls the trigger. McCutcheons, trailed by Clark, dishes it to Ekwe Blah. Hits the lane and is deflected down inside. That's a jump ball and will stay with Reinhardt. Good consistency from the officials. We saw that called the same way in the first.
And that's all I ask for out of officials. I know you're not going to get every call right. You're going to miss one call here or there. Just be consistent. You call it one way, you got to call it the other.
Great officiating in both championship games today.
yeah, much better than the officiating in the semifinal.
Yeah,
honestly, the whole tournament has been great, save for one game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the whole tournament save for one game.
I would argue for that for an hour on a podcast, but not during the game.
All right, well, you can stand on that side of it.
We'll argue on the drive home. This one pulled from three-point range and goes for Grant, who's got 7.
Yeah, Mari Grant has to get going if Reinhardt's going to come back into this one. She struggled throughout her time here in Kingsport. What a time for her to try to come alive in the fourth quarter.
7:20 to play, 6-point game. Reinhardt gets the steal, another one. Ekwe Blah runs the floor for the Eagles. Sets up and looks for a lane, doesn't like what she sees. Entry feed, McCutcheons off the window, it rims and goes.
Londacia Smith once more in the post, stepping up. Again, it feels like she's taken that matchup against Samaj Clark personally. She has thoroughly outplayed the conference's player of the year on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, she's really stood up to be counted for. 14 points yesterday, and now up to 18 today. She's really up for it for the big occasion.
Back in our final quarter between the Buffs and Reinhardt Eagles and the Appalachian Athletic Conference Championship. I'm glad you're with us. This has been an electric performance from start, and it's going to be through the finish. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, Frank Osborne. We're within 4, just a 2-possession game. On the straightaway, taking her time. Flipped it back outside. McKenzie to Samaj Clark, the player of the year for the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Entry feed down low, little weak as the horn sounds. Lion gets it back.
Another offensive rebound for the Buffs. They are killing it on the glass so far.
They have to stay consistent on this end of the floor. Reinhardt is coming back right now.
Yeah, they need to make the points count, especially if they're going to get a second chance.
Pulls the trigger and gets it
there by Samaj Clark. She had Londacia Smith on her. She drew in the defensive coverage and hit a wide open Kruger, who makes the Eagles pay.
Before that, Reinhardt was outscoring Milligan in this final quarter 7-3. Kruger's got 5 points. Ekwe Blah tries this inside and fouled as she'll go to the stripe. 84% at the line this season.
Yeah, during that break, Lana Van Dyke checked back in for Reinhardt, trying to tighten the screws up defensively, one of the better rim protectors in the conference.
Mentioned she went out, she was not feeling well. Samaj Clark going to get her customary 30-second break.
Maybe even less than that. We'll see. I really think it's just one play that makes me mad. Go back in.
This goes for Ekwe Blah, who pushes the total for the Eagles to 45. They trail by a couple of possessions, 6 points difference.
Londacia Smith again has led the way for Reinhardt, 18 points, but they're going to need someone else to step up down the stretch if they're going to come away with the conference title.
Ekwe Blah converts both as it's a 5-point game, 51-46. Under 6 to go.
In the minutes without Samaj Clark, it's been Lena Lyon who's controlled the game from a playmaking perspective. Expect to see her take most of the off-ball reps without Clark on the floor.
Yeah, she's been something that, while all the focus has been on Clark, she's been quietly doing her work, just too quick for a lot of the Reinhardt defenders, and happy to play make as well. 4 assists now.
Kruger to the baseline. Oh, what a move, and it's waved off as that was a step. She faded backwards. No wonder it was such a move, right? She never put the ball on the floor.
Yeah, that was tough because it was a great pass from Naomi actually hitting her in that spot. Unfortunately, a step too many.
Eagles will run the floor.
No Samaj Clark for Milligan right now. No Isaiah McCutcheons for Reinhardt as well. Figured that we'll see both of those players down the stretch for their respective teams.
Entry feed to Smith. Fires it off the window, can't get it, and it's hauled in by the Buffs.
That was great defense in the post by Brimmer, not letting Smith get a clean look inside, forcing her to throw up a tough one.
Here comes Clark after 40 seconds.
Pumped and drove. Milligan to the elbow. Pulls the trigger from the wing, and it's a bit strong. Reinhardt takes it. Look at this. She's got some steam and will slow down. Good call by Amaria Grant. Feeds it down low and one. Smith, she's got 20 points.
And she will not be denied. She has been dominant on both ends of the floor, marching her way to the rim on multiple occasions and finishing through the contact.
And after her 30-second break, Samaj Clark back into the game. Man, it sounds like I'm making fun of it or it's a joke, but first of all, Clark is not only the best player in the conference by award and title. I agree with that, obviously. That's impressive, man. She takes what? She gets a minute and a half off in the whole game? That's crazy.
Hey, your best player's got to go. When you got to go, you got to go. You got to figure out a way to be productive for your team.
Yeah, it's like she just sits down, gets one sip of water, and it's like, yep, I'm good, I'm ready to go again.
Buffalo's making a pair of changes. Reeder back into the game. She's going to be joined by Irvin, and moments ago, Clark came back in. We'll play on. Reinhardt. McCutcheons came on for Brothers moments ago.
Not a surprise to see Callie Reeder step back in. She has 8 points and 6 rebounds. She's been great off the bench all game long.
Irvin dishes it. Reeder fires. The trigger pull is buried from the front porch of Eastman Chemical. The Milligan Buffs lead 54-49.
Callie Reeder continues to provide excellent minutes off the bench for Milligan, up to 11 for them today.
McCutcheons to Ekwe Blah. Wants to pull. Smith. Smith fires off the window. Too strong as it's pulled in by the Buffs.
That was a great job. Samaj Clark standing her ground against Londacia Smith and winning that round of the battle.
Reeder, who had the trigger pull a moment ago, is up to 11 points. This is Myers, back to Reeder. To the wing. Floated. Samaj Clark, our player of the year, from just in the elbow, short. She's ice cold today. They don't need her if she can just stay consistent. That's not ice cold. What a play. Almost keeps it alive, but it goes out on Clark and the Buffs.
One thing about Clark is, although her scoring might not be the highest as it's ever been, she's very consistent across the whole board. If you're looking at the stat sheet, there's very rarely any zeros anywhere. She's got the rebound, she's got the assists, the steals, the blocks. She's involved with everything.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to stress. It doesn't matter that she's not scoring. She's changing the game in every other stat category. Pulled down, and we'll run the floor. Buffs looking for some insurance points in our final 3 minutes.
You also got to give her teammates a lot of credit for picking up the slack. She's 2 for 10 from the field, but they still find themselves up 5 against a very game opponent.
That's a big part of the reason that Clark and her Buffs have been on a historical run the last couple of years. That's a reason they're back in this championship game, right? If somebody has an off night, next woman up, so to speak, and they come through with big performances night in and night out. We'll keep it here with 2.5 minutes to play between these two, and we'll relive the schedule. We're not going to talk about it, but you'll be able to look at that on screen while we analyze what's coming up next. It's a 5-point game right now, guys. I mean, red-hot racing finish. What to expect? What's key in your minds?
Well, the key for Reinhardt is to continue to do what you've done defensively in terms of having Londacia Smith take Samaj Clark out of the game. You've done that. Now your attention needs to turn to slowing down some of those other players, Callie Reeder and Lena Lyon leading the way. If you can find a way to slow them down, you're giving yourself a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Londacia Smith has been excellent, but she needs other people to help her both defensively and offensively and quick. The longer this gap stays at 5 points, if Milligan can extend it, time is running out.
Back. Samaj Clark trying to push that inside.
Oh, I thought Reeder was putting that one up.
You couldn't have blamed her if she did, the way she's been playing from there.
Forks it up and it goes. Very important bucket. A 7-point advantage with just moments to play.
The fourth quarter is winning time, and winning time is when your best players step up. Samaj Clark, it doesn't matter what you did earlier. The fourth quarter is where it counts most.
Eagles maybe in some trouble. Somehow get it down in the lane. She's fouled. Wow. And one as Reinhardt will go to the line.
So much like Milligan trying to go to their best player in this situation, Reinhardt going to their leader in Londacia Smith, up to 23 today. She has carried this team offensively.
Smith short. Couldn't keep it going. She misses this at the line, and the jump ball right in front of the bench of the Eagles. They're going to keep it. Trailing by 5, just under 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, it says they're going to keep possession with Reinhardt, so we have 2 warring possession arrows. We'll see which way it goes.
They're going to give possession to Milligan, and there's that hometown advantage. Milligan University, about a 20-minute drive. It's in the Tri-Cities area. Their mailing address is Johnson City, but widely considered the home team, as they're located right here just outside of Kingsport.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't argue with them being the home team. Look at the support that they've got here.
I don't think you need to argue it. I think it'd be foolish to say otherwise. 56-51, 5-point game. Less than 2 to go. 1:46 on the clock. And after the foul, the Buffs will inbound.
Back-to-back off-ball fouls by Reinhardt. That was Chloe Van Dyke getting called for the trip.
Reinhardt does not make the national tournament without a win. They would have to be an at-large bid, and they're outside of the top couple dozen. The spin move on the edge of the lane. Buffs looking for some insurance points with 91 seconds to go.
Yeah, this is where Milligan just need to show their class, show their quality, just manage the game. They don't need to be making shots that are rushed or off balance. They just need to control it and be solid defensively.
Drives, Reinhardt gives it. Van Dyke from the top of the block rattles off. Eagles regather it somehow. Smith fires a little too much sauce. A fight for the ball, another jump ball. This time possession will go to Reinhardt.
So it's good we got that figured out for the last one, right? So this is an interesting lineup. We haven't seen a ton of this lineup from Coach Campbell. He has 4 guards out there, McCutcheons, Grant, Smith, and Ekwe Blah trying to loosen things up for his team on offense.
Van Dyke, the 5. On the floor for the Buffs, Myers, Clark, Reeder, Bremer, and Lyon as this rattles and goes for Reinhardt. It brings us within 3, a one-possession game. Clark will inbound for the Buffs. Down the floor quickly, Reeder's got it. Final minute of play, 52 seconds.
That's where she made the right decision there. She could have gone for the 3, but they don't need to.
Dished across to the close side of the floor. Back around Buffs, and the timeout taken. No, it's a violation, a foul down on the floor.
Yeah, they're going to get Grant on the foul there. It was a cross-match situation. She was matched up with Bremer in the post, giving up plenty of size down there. That's the danger in these situations with the Eagles playing with a smaller group. Milligan, 2 bigs on the floor.
Straight away, 3 wide open. Reeder, it rims and goes with 37 seconds on the clock.
And how about the day that Callie Reeder has had for Milligan? 14 points off the bench, so critical.
Lana Van Dyke gives it, fires from the elbow. Reinhardt, big high bounce, trying to keep it alive, fighting for it. And the foul against Reinhardt, the ball with the Buffs. At a crucial stage, just 23 seconds left in the championship.
Yeah, I don't want to say never, but time is running out and Milligan just needs to control it now.
If you want to know the difference in this game, Milligan, 10 made 3-pointers, 10 of 26. They have 30 points from long range. Reinhardt, just 3 of 15.
This goes. Milligan extends their lead to 7 points with less than 24 seconds to play.
Even with losing the rebounding battle, 44-29 in favor of Milligan, Reinhardt, they've still taken 2 more shots than the Buffs. Just not enough down the stretch.
Fires the 3 and gets it to go with 17 seconds left. Reinhardt brings it back within 5. 61-56 in our final quarter between the Eagles and Buffaloes. This thing red hot, a race to the finish.
Race to the finish indeed, and now it's going to come to a free throw contest. If Milligan can knock down their free throws, they can put the game out of reach. Reinhardt, they're going to give themselves a chance, likely pressing out of the timeout.
Yeah,
and they've been really good shooting free throws.
Yeah, that's the big difference of their quality all season. They've been really solid, and you back them if it's going to come down to that.
Milligan 3 of 6 at the free throw line in this game, so we'll see which way they go with this one to try to ice it. Samaj Clark did so yesterday in their win over U-Pike. They'll likely go to their best player down the stretch here once more.
Reinhardt, you just mentioned it a moment ago, 4 of 16 from range, 38% for the Buffs, 10 of 26. I think the Eagles really want to avoid a situation where they have to hit a 3.
Yeah, just going cold where they really needed it most.
It's the hometown team, only a 20-minute drive away from their campus. Reinhardt about 4 hours away from their home campus in Georgia. inbounding feed.
It's going to be Lena Lyon going to the free throw line, trying to salt this one away. Lyon, second team all-conference selection. It's been her play from long range that's been a bit of a surprise in this tournament. Came into the tournament with 4 made threes. She's made 3 thus far here in Kingsport. That's like found money for a team that feels like they know what to expect from their best players. Lena Lyon stepping up from deep.
Adelson won't go. Reinhardt pulls it down. They'll run the floor. The Eagles pulls the trigger. Ekwe Blah hits the 3 with 10 seconds to go. Reinhardt within 3 of the Milligan University Buffs at 62-59. Uh-oh, hang on. This is not done yet. Looked like Reinhardt was out of reach of coming back, and all of a sudden, the Eagles have a legitimate chance, but the Buffs still have that 3-point cushion, and they've just got to do well at the line.
Yeah, it's going to come down to that free throw game, but if the Eagles can knock down a few long-range shots, it becomes interesting.
Yeah, and if it comes down to that, Lena Lyon is going to kick herself there, because that almost would have put the game out of reach for the Eagles if she'd have made that second one.
Appalachian Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Championship all comes down to this, 62-59.
You see over there the Milligan men's basketball team having a good time. Their entire men's basketball team here supporting the Buffs. Again, a short drive from campus, so they were able to make that trip.
Yeah, the Tri-Cities area, they're the home team, and they have a great turnout. Posted on social media last night. Hundreds of fans have made the trip over to the Meadowview. Just a short drive through the area.
Yeah, shout out to whoever at Milligan came up with the idea that the first 40 students that get here come in free. They show their ID.
Really?
Big fan of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big part of the strong turnout. We're ready to go. Buffs keep possession. 8 seconds, 7. They're not going to follow in time as Ekwe Blah gets it with 5.5 seconds showing on the clock in venue. They'll probably adjust that. 62-59 right now.
Yeah, a lot of time went off the clock. That was a long 5 seconds between fouls.
Myers, 82.6% at the line during the regular season. In today's game, Myers, this is her first trip, and she gets the first one to go. It makes it a 4-point game with 5.5 seconds to play.
And that one likely salted away. Reinhardt, no timeouts left. It's going to be difficult to overcome.
This goes as well. Eagles need a miracle. Reinhardt pitches it onto the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulls the trigger. The buzzer beater goes, but it's probably too little too late as it's 64-62. The Buffaloes celebrate. They're going to let it go. Milligan repeats as Appalachian Athletic Conference champions as they pick up their 23rd win of the season. Congratulations to Milligan and the Buffaloes. Samaj Clark, the player of the year, digs deep and does everything she can without pouring in the points to get the win done for the Buffs. Unreal.
Yeah, unreal indeed. And I know we want to talk about what Samaj Clark did all year long. She was a great player, but the player of this game for Milligan, Callie Reeder, coming off the bench, 16.7 rebounds, 4 big-time three-pointers falling. Reeder, she deserves the lion's share of the credit for the Buffs being able to repeat as champs.
Really impressive work, gets it done, makes the big plays. 64-62 your final as Milligan's Buffs take down the Reinhardt Eagles in unbelievable fashion. Lorenzo, they're going to throw it down and come together for a moment on the floor. Brief closing thoughts on this game before we get together with Frank Osborne and meet our player of the game.
It was a hard-fought game all the way. Reinhardt gave themselves a chance all the way down to the final seconds. Mondacia Smith was phenomenal, 23 points, 7 rebounds, and she also locked up Samaj Clark for much of the game in that second half. She was phenomenal, but just too much Callie Reeder, too much McKenna Myers, Lena Lyon as well. It was the other players that don't get the same amount of attention who stepped up and showed out for Milligan and led them the way, took them across the finish line, picking up their teammate in Samaj Clark.
And so, about to get our player of the game here on SCSN. Again, your final score, 64-62. The Milligan Buffs are Appalachian Athletic Conference champions. It was just unbelievable. A really good battle. It was back and forth. And Reinhardt made it difficult for Milligan. You know, a lot of teams, I think Milligan would have been able to just walk through to the title and the trophy. And Reinhardt certainly made them work for it right down to the final moments. In the end, Milligan is able to outlast the Eagles and does so in impressive fashion. A couple of big threes. You mentioned Callie Reeder by name, definitely deserves that recognition. Made some huge plays, and they're able to walk it off with a victory and the championship. We're going to go down to the floor now to Frank Osborne, the third member of our crew, and he's alongside with Callie, who was able to play so well. She's going to be our player of the game.
Thanks, Gabe. First of all, congratulations. How good does that feel?
Thank you. It's great being a freshman and coming in here and getting our first conference tournament win. It's great, honestly.
And your shooting from distance felt unstoppable today. That must feel nice.
Yeah, it was great. I was a little worried last night. I got my hand jammed up a little bit, so I had to tape. But any one of us can get hot any given night.
And coming in as the #1 seed, is that a pressure or do you not care?
I think it puts a target on our back, but I don't think it's anything we can't handle.
And you play with Samaj Clark. She got Player of the Year this year. How good is it to train with her, play with her?
Oh, it's awesome. She pushes all of us in practice, on and off the court, and she's a great leader, someone to look up to, and yeah.
So now national tournament. Have you thought about that, or is your mind all on this?
Focus is right here, right now, and once we get to national tournament, we'll worry about it then.
Right, congratulations. I'll let you celebrate.
Thanks, sir.
Frank Osborne standing by with Callie Reeder, who is an Appalachian Athletic Conference champion, the freshman for the first time. Congratulations to the Milligan Buffs on their incredible win. Lots of fun to watch them take care of business against the Reinhardt University Eagles. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live in our copyright material. Today's game will be archived and available for replay inside of the app or platform where you viewed it. This has been a presentation of the Southeast Sports Network and Tri-Media. For the Buffs, the Eagles, Lorenzo Robinson, Frank Osborne, and all the fans, I'm Gabriel Schrei saying so long from Kingsport, Tennessee, and the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center, where the final score is 64-62. Your Milligan Buffs take the victory in the AAC Championship. We'll catch you next time, and I want to give a personal thank you to everybody who was with us for the entire tournament. Really appreciated it. And of course, visit Kingsport, the entire team, Frank, Lett, Brad, Hoover, Sarah McCart, Taryn. Congratulations on your new baby, Wells. I can't wait to meet him. And the Meadowview Marriott for your hospitality as always. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention the AAC. Bill Pop, Jay Stansel, just fantastic. That'll do it for our coverage from Kingsport, Tennessee, 64-62 of the Women's Championship.
My West Hollywood story is exploring the iconic boulevards, endless shopping, and beautiful galleries. Inspiration is endless in West Hollywood. The neighborhood tells stories of established and emerging artists. You will find fashion and styles from all over the world here. A California sunset is the perfect way to end our day. We will take VIP tickets to this show every night. Our vacation is just getting started. This is our West Hollywood story. Come and find yours.
LA Galaxy belongs on the best surfaces. Whether you're the best player or the best fan, every goal, every tackle, every last-second battle, it all requires precision, performance, and passion. The LA Galaxy trust AstroTurf to provide the best surfaces, because champions deserve the best. AstroTurf, the official synthetic turf and hybrid field building partner of the LA Galaxy.
My dad was a farmer. And when I saw him on a horse, the guy was bigger than life. One of the things that he had a hard time doing was showing the emotion. Maybe it was because the way he was raised, or believing that men provide and they don't struggle. But we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. I want them to know when I'm happy, I want them to know when I'm sad, and I want them to see me working through things. The biggest reward I get from being a dad is watching my kids accomplish a goal, watching them light up. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face. So I make my kids a priority. Whether it's hitting a baseball, a dance rehearsal, you name it, I'm there. They're gonna remember that they grew up loved. Be brave. Be there every day. And allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle. That even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're gonna figure it out together.
Firearms are the #1 cause of death among kids, but we know that healthcare workers can make a huge difference. This is why prevention is absolutely critical. It starts with listening to the community, leaning in on those conversations to better inform what is the approach that you want to take. You are the champions for change. You can be the catalyst for integrating firearm injury prevention strategies into your practice and really benefiting your community. Let's agree to agree that we all have a role to play in ending this crisis.
In Major League Baseball, you could dream with no limits. You could become your hero, steal the show, or even start a new club. You could meet the moment and exceed the hype. You can write a new chapter of history and let your city dream again. This season, anything can happen.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.